Hope you're doing good. So, I want to take the time to actually make a short intro to this interview that you guys are about to watch to actually share what was my biggest takeaway or lesson that I got from seeing Ammar scale this fast. Okay, it's something that I personally wasn't expecting. Okay, it's pretty insane. And not necessarily because of the money that he's making, but because of how fast he got there. Okay, so Ammar joined our program later in December last year. Okay, he didn't actually get to implementing some of the stuff that we cover and launching fully his acquisition and his acquisition systems as well as his acquisition team till late January of this year. But from February till today, okay, which has been maybe like 7 weeks, most 8 weeks, he's been able to take it from $0 per month in MRR to $60,000 in monthly recurring revenue, okay, in 7 weeks, guys. That's insane, right? It's something that I've never seen before, especially when it's done organically, okay? That's even more impressive, right? So imagine being able to go from 0 to 600K in annual recurring revenue with your business in just 7 weeks, right? Even neurosurgeons don't make 400K a year in 7 weeks. They have to spend like 12 years of studying to be able to amass that kind of deserve that amount of like pay, right? But personally, the biggest lesson that I took from it is how important it is to give the market what the market wants. Okay, we get sold this idea of like, oh, improve your offer, or make sure that you're doing this, you're doing that. But like, the number one key thing around scaling a business, whether it be online, whether it be a brick and mortar business, is, are you in a starving market, right? Because that's essentially what happened here. Ammar picked the right offer at the right time, and that's what's happening right now for him. He's achieving a tremendous amount of success, but you guys also shouldn't focus too much on the success. You guys should also focus on understanding that the amount of success that comes with a starving crowd also requires you to grow as a person operationally also as much, okay? So it's not just making a lot of money, but it's also about growing in depth and actually becoming someone who's structurally strong and foundationally stable to actually be able to handle this amount of success this fast, okay? So hopefully you guys will get to enjoy this interview. TikTok is definitely something that is trending, that is picking up. But what I want you to understand is that it's not about TikTok. It's about the market and what the market wants. And what the market wants right now is they want TikTok and they want some UGC stuff. Okay, so please find this interview helpful, and just wanted to remind you that we're doing a giveaway on my Instagram. I can throw in, maybe if you watched the last video, you know that we're doing a giveaway. You actually could have the chance to get whatever thing that Ammar has built for free. Okay, so participate and find this interview helpful, and yeah, please achieve your dreams. What are you waiting for? Bye-bye. Awesome. So Ammar, just wanted to have this interview with you because in the last few months, things have completely changed for you, for the better, at least. And maybe before we start, maybe you can talk about who you are, where you're from, and what kind of agency that you run.
Yeah, great to be on this call, Serge. Basically, my name is Ammar. I am based in the UK. I grew up in Switzerland, but I moved to the UK a few years ago. So I'm currently based in Birmingham, and I run a TikTok ads agency together with my co-founder, Sufyan, who also lives here in Birmingham. So yeah, myself, I guess, like my journey, where I started from.
Yeah, how did you get in the online game?
Yeah, so I actually started with dropshipping. That was like a couple of years ago, 3-4 years ago. I started with dropshipping because I wanted to make money. I was in school, stuck in school. Didn't like, the typical entrepreneur journey, like rebelling against the teachers and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So I just started selling stuff online using influencers, and that's how I got introduced to the whole e-com game.
Yeah.
But I lacked the capital, so I switched to selling websites like on Upwork or Fiverr. made a few $100 that way. So, and after that, I just realized, okay, selling websites is cool, but the money really is in the advertising game. So I shifted to Facebook ads. Back when SMA was quite new, up and coming. All these gurus selling courses and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I bought a couple of courses back then, and I saw success pretty quickly. Got a lot of clients with like the Loom method. The very beginning was quite new, very, very novel to these prospects. And I grew the agency to like 5-6K, maintained that for like a couple of months. And it grew, but I didn't have any specific goals, like, huge goals. Like it was more like a freelance agency, really, right? Like I had this one or two media buyer here, fired them like after a couple of months, and added a new media buyer to the team. And then it was more like, it was mostly outsourced, the stuff I did. And that was pretty much most of 2020 and 2021. It was very like, towards the end of 2020, I grew my agency to like 25K, 30K. That was really literally my peak before I started this new agency.
What niche were you helping?
It was an e-com, but I didn't have a specific niche. Like I've worked with jewelry, fitness, skincare. Like I was quite diverse there. I was targeting everybody, so I wasn't very specialized. And my offer was quite simple too. I mean, I started selling Facebook, and then I added more things onto the whole thing. So it got a bit messy, which is one of the reasons why, like, again, things collapsed, because I didn't have a clear sort of message.
Yeah.
It was just, okay, this is what you needed, you can do that. So I just hired someone on Upwork to really serve all of that.
Yeah. So things ended up collapsing. How did that?
Yeah. I mean, it was a mix of different things. It was a mix of different things. Like there are some personal reasons. Personal reasons, again, influence the whole thing. But again, also, like I didn't have proper structure. And also the collapse really happened in June, July last year. That's when the collapse really happened. Like, yes, I kept losing some clients, but when the iOS 14 stuff happened, like that's when really things went downhill. So that was painful. That was horrible, and I was panicking. Actually, I was very reactive. I was thinking, okay, should I ditch all these clients and sell email marketing instead? And then, or should I just like trying to figure this out? Like, oh no, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe Facebook, they got the money, they can solve this whole thing. So that was something that I dealt with. I switched my offer a little bit. I used Snapchat ads to get their attention. I was like, oh yeah, Snapchat ads, you don't have to deal with iOS 14, all that sort of stuff. But it's the same thing there, if not worse, actually. And so it was a big mess, really. Like the agency, like I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy working at the agency. It felt like a job. It felt like I had to do it, or else I can't pay my bills and whatnot. It was a struggle.
What lessons did you learn from having everything break? Like, what are the things that, if you were maybe speaking to the you of, last summer, July, before when things were breaking, what would have you told yourself to avoid things from breaking? Because I'd love for this interview to also be like really beneficial for people who are watching.
Yeah. Stick to your niche, number one. Stick to your offer and refine your offer. Like get really good at it. Unless you know that you can't see like results. It's not long term. It's not suited for the long term. Like the issue with me really is shiny object syndrome. Right? I saw the next big thing, etc. I just jumped to that. I tried Pinterest ads, Snapchat ads. I did a bit of TikTok ads before, but again, TikTok ads was quite new back then.
Yeah.
And it's consistency. That's like the biggest thing. Like, stay consistent. Choose something, stay consistent, stick to it for at least 3 months, and then make it and reevaluate the whole thing. Through the numbers, through your outreach. Another thing is really like I didn't have a clear outreach process. Right? I didn't have a clear outreach process. It's something that that we fixed with, through the consulting program, like different ways of doing outreach, inbound, outbound, etc. Like I didn't have that. It was more like referrals here, sending emails whenever I felt like it.
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
And looking back, like it's sad, man. Like what happened, but
I mean,
it is what it is.
It's crazy that you even got to that point, because a lot of people they build businesses, but they're not really building businesses, they're just building jobs, right? Just like, oh, let me get this customer left and right, and then they end up with 20 different jobs, and then they're like, yo, I can't even manage this because it's too much, right?
Yeah.
So like this stick to one thing concept is so crucial, right? Because even for me, one of the reasons why we've been able to scale, kind of fast is because I keep the message the same, I keep the audience the same, and I just push and I just keep improving the same thing, right? Because for like, it's been a minute that I've been wanting to like start, maybe targeting like coaches and consultants, because I can help them better than most people out in the market, but I don't do it because let me improve this one thing first. Let me make sure that I have the best offers for agency owners, and then I'll build something later down the line. But most people, they're like, oh, I can sell email, I can help e-commerce, I can help drop shipping e-commerce entrepreneurs, right? But it's like, yeah, but the complexity of having too many offers, too many processes makes it so that like you can't scale. And what's something that you can't scale? It's a job. So that's how you end up like with no business, right? And wanting to quit. So yeah, anyone who's watching who's lost trying to do so many things, like avoid that. Okay. So which question do you think is best? When did you think, because right now you've transitioned to TikTok, right? Actually, let's start with that. What made you think of doing this switch to TikTok ads and UGC?
Yeah, I mean, again, the big struggle I had, like after all this niche shopping, etc., like there was it was a huge mess. I didn't know what to choose. I didn't know what to pick. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? So that's the main reason why I wanted to do the program, right? Like hone in on the offer. That's something that you helped me with. So I actually had some ideas because I was looking through just look through the market, exactly what's going on, like with the ads and like the whole space. And I just realized that TikTok, the difference between TikTok and Facebook was that TikTok went back to the basics of marketing, really. Like it's not about the targeting, it's not about the lookalikes and all these little hacks. It's about the basic message of like, okay, you put your message in front of your target audience through a video, get them hooked, get them interested, and then you convert them, as in like get them from the app to the website, like with the creative, and make it seem as authentic as possible with the UGC videos, right? That's something that these Facebook videos they didn't give that vibe. So that's one thing, like one reason why I found TikTok very interesting, and also in general, like results. We ran TikTok ads before it was a huge thing, before it became trendy last couple of months.
Yeah,
and we saw like mad results, like crazy results, cheap CPMs, and the return on ad spend was crazy too.
Yeah.
And in general, like even if you look at the whole, if you look at the users, like right now, like TikTok is the app that's getting the most downloads compared to Facebook, Instagram, and all these other apps. So yeah, and I think it was just a natural sort of like transition, really, from like what's working and what's not working. And I just decided to just go all in on that.
Yeah, because I remember when you joined the program, I think it was in like December. And yeah, I mean, you were like, I think you were thinking of TikTok, and you also were thinking of, I don't remember if this is true, but you were also thinking maybe email.
Actually,
what
CRO.
CRO? Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned TikTok, and I knew that one other customer, who's an 18-year-old kid who's still in high school, launched TikTok after switching from Facebook, and now he's making over 5 figures a month. I was like, yo, I think that if you can launch TikTok with with your focus, because you've scaled the business to multiple six figures, but it's crashed down. So you've seen what the wrong side should look like. So when you mentioned TikTok, I was like, yo, with your experience, if you push TikTok, I think you can kill it, right? So yeah, and you ended up just like focusing on it in the last few months. But before we go over the TikTok thing, because it's an insane journey, but what made you join our client acquisition program?
Yeah, I mean,
or how did you even find me?
Yeah. I think you just added me once somehow, right? Like,
yeah, somewhere.
To the Facebook group somewhere, like a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And then I was like, cool, what is this guy talking about? Just another guy trying to sell me some lead gen, right? One of these guys on Facebook. So I was like, cool, let's accept him. Let's see what he's got. And I saw your content just appearing on my feed. And I just watched it through. I was like, yeah, this guy makes sense. Like, he's not talking about what's up there. Like, he's talking about deep stuff, like actual things, like the principles of like running an agency and all that sort of stuff. And that resonated with me really. And I like to focus on the offer, like the thing that actually makes a difference, which is the offer, not the way you sell. And that was the biggest pain point I really had. And I saw what's going on. I saw the case studies. I saw people talking about your program, and I thought, let's hop on a call with them and see what's up. And decided to pull the trigger.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Yeah, and how has been your experience with being part of the community? Although things have picked up crazy for you, but busy. But what was your experience?
It's sick, man. It's very supportive, very supportive, especially at the beginning. When you don't know what to do, you get access to this whole thing, the consulting, the coaching, the weekly calls, etc. It can get overwhelming, and I like the fact that you have a nice system in place with your community coaching, coaches, etc. And that really helped me at the beginning. The warm-up call, like just very, although like the consulting program has like its own sort of structure, it's still very personalized. Like, hop on a call with Haysam, and then he walks you exactly like where you need to go through, what you need to do in order to achieve your goal. And I like that aspect of it, and that's something I really enjoyed. So you didn't have to like waste time going through stuff you already know. So
100%.
That was very cool, because that's something that most courses don't really do. Like most consulting programs, you just get into the whole thing and then you're forced to just watch the whole stuff. Like you get confused. You waste your time, you get confused, you know more than you need to know to take action. And that's something that your program really that I really liked about your program. The support at the very beginning. As soon as you enroll, like you're in this ecosystem, and then there's a constant push, constant accountability, constant reminder. And I felt bad, like, yo, I need to do shit. Right? That's so valuable.
Because the way that I see our program is actually, because most people think that we have like a course, but like it's not actually a course. Because for me, the way that I see it is like I get people to pay me to make sure it's like they pay me to be the person that makes sure to get shit done every single day, right? So like when you sign up, like, okay, you have your kickoff call, we walk you through the warm-up session or the roadmap of the client acquisition and how to scale and add an extra 50K. But like every day for the first 14 days, you get a message from Haysam asking you, hey, where are you at? Did you make sure to fill up your foundational sheet? Did you hire your virtual assistant? Are they done with training? Have they started outreach, or do you have your profiles ready? Like all of these steps that need to get done, because it's not about me giving insights. You can find the insights on how to send a message on Instagram online. I have free YouTube 2-hour trainings about it, right? It's about implementing the thing, right? So for us, it's like, how fast can you actually get the work done? But yeah, thank you for that. So how have things been in the last 2 months since you've fully transition to selling TikTok to e-commerce brands. Like tell people what kind of growth you've seen.
Yeah. You could definitely clickbait people with
For sure.
with the stuff, right? So started this whole new thing, because again I joined in December, and then December slowed down a little bit because
End of year
holidays and end of year holidays, whatnot.
Yeah.
Started the new agency in like mid or end January. Zero income, and then grew it to now monthly recurring revenue of 60K USD.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. I mean, the last time we spoke, it was a 40.
Yeah, it was a 40, and it's like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. What the fuck?
I know. It's mad. Yeah.
No, because I was waiting for a different number, right? So when you say 60, I'm like, what? How? Like, it's insane. But
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Like, oh shit, that's really great. What the hell? Jesus.
Yeah.
How soon do you think you'll hit 6 figures a month in MRR?
Definitely. Like, if we keep doing what we're doing right now, again, we focus on slowing things down a little bit, just focus on internals or just operations, like the boring stuff, right?
Yeah.
Focusing on that, and we're hoping to be done with most of it by like within 2 weeks, hiring and all of that, training and whatnot. I'd say, I mean, if we keep doing what we did, if we do what we did like so far, like the same thing, or maybe a little bit more, by end of Q2 for sure.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's just this science of like, making sure, like, again, like, this white label thing as well. Like, I don't know how much more that will add on as well, but not accounting that, definitely Q2.
Yeah. I think the thing that we're gonna mention, the white label thing, like, yeah, it's easy. Also, an extra 7 figures here. I think easy work, right? Cool, awesome. That's insane. 0 to 60K in like what, in the last 2 months? I mean, it's not even been 2 months. It's been like 7 weeks, 6, 8 weeks. That's actually scary, bro.
I know.
Like,
it's scary.
Actually,
like I don't realize it myself. I'm just like, my expenses haven't changed at all. It's still been the same. I live the normal lifestyle still, like, that I'm used to before. And it's just like,
wow. Yeah.
But I haven't had the time to think.
Something that this brings me, something that it makes me even realize even more is the importance of having the right offer for the right market at the right time, right? Because you're still using the same acquisition channels as everyone, let's say, in our program, but you're the first person who's hit 0 to 60 in like less than 2 months, right? Like, that's like, because and that's why for me, like, I've really transitioned less from talking too much about client acquisition systems, because with the right offer, you could even like go outside and I could open my window and just scream the offer, and people will come knock on my door. That's essentially what you have right now. Okay. And if I can give you one advice, we'll go over other stuff. It's like, don't lift your foot off the gas. Because and this is for anyone who's watching this video who's thinking about, maybe transitioning to TikTok. It's like, TikTok will eventually become as Facebook. Okay. And my advice to any entrepreneur who's scaling, who has not made multiple 7 figures, the case for myself too, is when you find the right thing, fucking push. Okay. Push, collect $500,000, collect a few millions in the bank, and now you can use capital to allocate it to actually build stuff that will never break, right? But most people go wrong. They start making 20, 30K a month, and they're like, oh yeah, I can chill. Let me go fly to Dubai and, hang out. But it's like, bro, you have something that's working so well right now. Now is not time to relax, right? But guys, if you guys are broke and you're watching this video, that's when, like, 0 to 60K, bro, in 2 months. That's insane. With fucking right offer. Cool. So what do you think has helped? Like, what Well, we just talked about the offer, so I can't really ask about, the offer. But what do you think has been the biggest challenge of launching this TikTok agency?
I mean, look, this 0 to 60 might give you guys some idea. Like, the guys, the watchers or the viewers, they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is sick. We need to get straight into it." Like, honestly, it's a nightmare. Like, so many moving parts. Like, it's not like a Facebook ad agency anymore. Like, where you can just ask the client to give you access to some of their video stock footage, some of the Instagram pictures and videos. Like, no, you have to actually build a whole video production system, whole like a whole department.
Yeah.
Deal with multiple people, creators. Some creators might not get videos on time because they're sick or they're dealing with like family issues. Like, so many different like moving parts.
Yeah.
Forget the ads. Like, the ads, that's the easy bit.
Easy.
But with
Yeah.
TikTok, really, the main thing with TikTok is the creatives. And most agencies like are not ready to make the transition. Trust me. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard. Like, even for us, like, that's the reason why like the 60K is not like something that we think of like, yeah, bro, we just hit 60K. No, well, we got so many things to improve. Like, it's crazy.
Exactly. Because it's like, as like I think there is like there's this quote that says like, to whom much is given, a lot is like, like you have to also put in the work, right?
Yeah.
So like you don't grow to 0 to 60K per month and
Mm.
expect to just be chilling. It's not you're not just trading Bitcoin. Like, this is not Bitcoin, bro. This is an actual service that you're selling, right? So it comes with a lot of pressure. So it's not, hey, I'm making a lot of money every month. It's I'm getting paid to do a lot of fucking work every month.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing, like, most of the money that we have, like, it's almost untouched because they're gonna, like, I still got some money from like the other agency, obviously. The other agency is still running on the side, like just automating, slowly fizzling down. Slowly moving away from that. And that's
Nice.
feeding my lifestyle, cool. But like, most of the money that we made, like, we're putting everything back into people, into systems, into software, into coaching, in like, people that have 7, 8 figure like production agencies, that sort of stuff. Like, there's a lot of things, a lot of things going on right now
Yeah.
with the agency. And the biggest thing like there is really the management of the creators and creating the briefs, making sure things get done on time, all that sort of stuff, and then pulling it all off. Like, it's very, very hard. I can, like, on all honesty, the stuff that we figured out over the past couple of weeks, we could sell it for 30K, 40K. Like, it's that much worth, like, the system that we built.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And a lot of people who don't really understand it, but I personally, from having run the, client acquisition.io and seen scaling a business is the easy part, marketing, generating attention, converting, sales calls, that's the easy work. Operations and making sure your customer wins. That's where real entrepreneurs actually show off, right? Because I can scale a business to $500,000 a month if I wanted to, but the issue is like, can I also scale the operation as fast, right? Because most people will see this headline like, oh, 0 to 60 in like 7 weeks and be like, oh my God, this is insane. But it's like, it's also 0 to 60K operationally, that's what most people don't see. So yeah, I think it's probably going to be the biggest issue for anyone who actually tries to launch TikTok on their own, right? Which actually brings me to the the partnership that we've made, right? So for those who aren't aware, I have over 200 customers, right? We've had over 200 customers in the last like 12 months. And I would say that 80% of them are Facebook ad agency owners. Okay. And I kept asking myself, like, how is it possible that like no one is adding 50 grand every month, right? Why? And then I ended up realizing that the biggest issue has been that it's the offer, man. Like for you, Ammar, like how much volume does it take now to actually sell a deal for TikTok? Like, let's say acquisition wise, outbound wise, or even inbound, because you do you use inbound. So, well, like how much work do you need to actually put out to actually get even inbound leads?
In all honesty, right now it's very easy.
Yeah,
it's very easy to get clients through inbound. Everybody's looking for content. Everybody's looking for UGC. How to do UGC. How to do TikTok stuff, right?
So if you were to quantify, would you say like maybe one post, maybe on Facebook or Twitter, could get you a customer?
Like let's say you post 10 pieces of content on Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn, 10 pieces of content or YouTube, you'll definitely get at least 3-4 meetings after that. Just out of the interest of people wanting to see exactly what these guys are talking about.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah. Cool. So now if you compare it to the amount of volume or our acquisition systems do is we try to talk to at least outbound wise. So we actually reach out to brands. Let's say we're going to keep this specific to ecom. Let's say we do 2.5K brands that we're DMing either on Instagram or Facebook, right? But then you multiply that by, let's say, 2 appointment setters that are trained. That's like 5,000 DMs, and on average, people will add like 5 to 10K a month, right? Cool, whatever. But like you have added on average like 20K a week, or like maybe 10K a week, right? Which is pretty insane. So that's like to compare. Like I was like, whoa, how is this possible? So what I decided to do is I was like, why don't I actually get most Facebook ad agency owners who are tired of struggling to actually win, right? Why don't I get them to switch to TikTok, right? But the issue that I had with this TikTok offer is I know how operationally complex it is to actually launch TikTok, right? So the only thing that was keeping me from not launching this TikTok offer any sooner, okay, is not being able to show them how to structure their operations, right? So when I saw your growth, go from 0 to 17K, and then the next week you're like 35K, and then the next week you're at 50K, I was like, how come, why don't I actually make you an offer to become a white label partner for everyone who goes through our program and launching TikTok, right? Because you already have the system, okay? It's much easier for you to scale it. And now people can just come through our program, okay? We show them the exact same offer that you're pushing that has just added an extra that just built your 600K a year business in the last 7 weeks, okay? They have the offer. We implement the client acquisition system in the middle, okay? They get customers, they close them, and then fulfillment is handled by your team, right? When I made that picture in my mind, I was like, okay, amazing, let's fucking go, right? So, I'm like, this is a life-changing moment, right? Because I know how many people are struggling with their Facebook ad agencies, right? So I don't know any Facebook ad agency owner who's adding 60K every 6 weeks. Like I have yet to hear from them. And you can go through all the case studies from the biggest sharks in this online space. No one is doing it, right? So yeah, what advice would you have for anyone who's currently like running, any type of agency, whether that be Facebook, email marketing, CRO, and who's maybe thinking of doing this transition?
Yeah, I mean, if you run an agency already and have customers, right? Like let's say you're fully focused on Facebook ads or fully focused on Google ads, give it a shot with TikTok. Just give it a shot. You will notice a difference. Like use a tool like Below. Again, I'm not really a huge fan of Below, like these platforms where you can create UGC videos, but give it a shot. It's just ask the client, hey, listen, TikTok is a new thing here. Here's a case study, this and that. Ask them to put some money aside, run some campaigns, and then see for yourself like how different this platform is. Like it's definitely the future.
Yeah.
Where marketing is headed. Like one of our clients, for example, like majority of their money was in Facebook last year. Now we're already like moving most of the money to TikTok. Like they're moving completely away from Facebook.
Yeah.
So, right, like naturally a lot of spend that went into Facebook will move to TikTok. and you'll see even like with the earnings on Facebook, like it's going to go down. And so the last year, like earnings, I think when did it come out? I think this year, right? In January.
They lost like 200 billion in a day, and then they lost like 10 potential, like I think 10 billion in potential revenue this year.
Yeah,
Lost from
exactly.
people pulling their budget from Facebook.
Exactly. And then if you look at like TikTok overtaking Google in terms of users and its valuation, like it's crazy. Everything's focusing, everything's changing, and you have to follow where you have to just basically go where your market is headed, right? Like don't be romantic. Like again, like I don't work for TikTok. I'm not saying TikTok is the best. Like it's just because everybody's on TikTok, and that's where the customers are. And that's where you can make money. If it's not TikTok anymore, and let's say a couple of years time,
it's gonna be something else. Yeah.
And
that's something that a lot of people have to understand. It's like you're not in business because you're in love with Facebook. Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg did not create Facebook for you, right? He created it for himself because he saw a need and he looked at the demand and he probably created the demand, right? But what most people forget about business is that it's about securing capital, right? But most people that are like, oh, I'm a Facebook ad agency owner, I'll go to Spain for a month and work from my laptop, and drink some beer and get a Rolex. But it's like, no, it's not about that, man. It's about collecting cash, capital, and being financially free for yourself, for your family, and then doing whatever the fuck you want to be doing, right? But people have forgotten that it's that's the core root why we get in business, man, right? At least in your first business, you're not getting in business because you like doing deliveries or you like building machines. No, you do it because how can we take care of the people that we love fast, right? So when I come here and I'm like, hey, switch to TikTok, even if you've been so ingrained with like Facebook ad and being a Facebook ad agency owner and having just your one media buyer servicing 10 clients, yeah, that's good, but it's like you're still broke, bro. So cool, stay with Facebook. Have 1,000 brands tell you that they've already tried working with Facebook and worked with 10 other agency owners who have just said that they overpromised, they never deliver, right? Keep going that path. Or switch, sell TikTok, make a few six figures in the next 3 months, and then maybe go back to Facebook. But if you don't have a few M's in the bank, like right now, what you should focus on is sell money. Give the market what the market wants, not the market needs. Give them what they want, right? And for me, because that's how I did it, it's like I just solved appointments issues because everyone had issues with their appointment setting, and that's how I've been able to to scale the business in like 7 to 7 figure run rate in like 5 months. Like your offer has even outgrew the fucking performance of our consulting business, like to fucking like you've done one like 10 out, like you've killed it, bro, so like, yeah, I might even start a TikTok thing tomorrow. I might put an acquisition team behind it and then be like, hey man, I have a few customers your way, but yeah, I mean, shit, maybe I might think about it.
Why not, man?
No, why not?
You got the whole operation here, right?
I just thought about it actually right now.
Like a little case study, right? They could.
What? Yeah, I could do it. I could actually, literally. Actually, I'm thinking about it right now. But no, man, like, yeah, it's a great. So yeah, but how do you, because one thing that is also good, but like, how not necessarily how have things changed, like environment wise, but like in yourself, how has the confidence changed in your ability to build something? How do you feel now that you've actually seen the success?
Drastically. I mean, there's less time thinking, there's more time doing. Like there's so much to do that I don't have time to think, and that's good, because the more you think, the more likely you are, like, you overthink shit. Like thinking is good once you have money in the bank, or else you get desperate, or else you make stupid decisions, emotional decisions, right? So the money in the bank, it definitely helps. Like I'm fully detached from this whole outcome. I don't like it's like, oh, I need to hit 100K or else. I'm just like, it will come. Like we have a sick offer, we have a sick acquisition system, we've got cool support from you guys. Like, you know what I mean? It's just all about like being patient, doing the work, and it will come.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like when it comes to the mindset, but in general, like confidence through the roof. Again, through the roof.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a G, obviously. But again, I'm still obviously remaining humble. Like I'm not gonna splurge or anything, right? Obviously treat myself here and there, but at the same time, like the confidence is definitely there, and it shows in the sales calls. Again, like we're not desperate to close these clients. Like we're like, hey, listen, I flex my calendar. I'm like, listen, like we don't need you guys. Why do you think that you're qualified to work with us? Why?
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? I flipped the script there, and the confidence definitely helps closing the clients. But in general, like there's a lot going on for me. I don't even have time to think and reflect. Really.
Yeah.
Right. Which is something I'm hoping to do this weekend. But
yeah, hopefully. But no, but like, yeah, because I think a lot of people forget that business is just about who's more confident, right? Because it's all about, if you're not confident, then you might take, you're like, oh, you're going to doubt, hey, should I do this? Should I not do this? But like, if you're confident in doing the thing, well, it's all about actions, right? It's not about, oh, will this work? It's like, no, I'm confident I've made this work before. I can make it happen again. And that's how you see Elon Musk. He could lose Tesla tomorrow, but he could build another $1 trillion company in less than a year. And you have people struggling to make 10K a month. It's like, bro, are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you like that? For me, I might have to, anyone who has a 10K a month goal, I might have to not have them allowed in the program.
Yeah.
Because forget about it's like, no, man, like it's not, it's like, come on, man. Why don't you get inspired by other people? Forget about us, making a few 6 figures, 7 figures. Like that's not even business right now. We're just playing. Like we're at the daycare right now,
Yep.
Look at people like Elon. Look at people like Mark. They lose 200 billion in a day, bro. And it's nothing. It's just, they just keep moving, right? It's like, why are you settling for less? Why are you aiming so low, But that's another story. But yeah, I mean, we just gave people, just this interview could probably change a lot of people's lives, because we actually just showed them that it's possible. And then now they can actually act on this proof, because we just gave them proof of concept, and go to the market with more confidence, with their outreach being more confident, right? And then they're like, hey, they've done it, Ammar has done it, I can do it too, right? So yeah, that's why I wanted to do this interview, and just let people know that, like, hey, it's possible, man. 0 to 60. Sheesh. Damn. Yeah. But yeah, but let's just quickly finish off with this offer that we've created. Okay. So essentially, for anyone who's interested in launching TikTok, okay, what we've done is we're essentially taking care of everything for you, right? The first thing that you would need in order to launch TikTok is, first you would need information around TikTok to actually understand the platform, everything like that. So when let's say you join client acquisition and you become a customer, we actually give you the right information you need around TikTok, how the platform works, how to do media buying from one of the greats, from the great people advertising right now on TikTok. Okay. And then you need an offer. That's the next thing that you need. Ammar just showed you guys how you grew from 0 to 60 in like the past 6-7 weeks. We'll show you the same offer that he's pushing. You use the same offer as him. Now, the next thing, once you have the right offer, you're going to need the right acquisition channels, right? We're going to give you 1 to 2 channels to do outreach on. Okay. We're going to give you the right messages, the right sales arguments. Okay. And then we're also going to give you a team to actually manage your outreach for you, right? As a business owner, you should never be doing outreach yourself. Okay. Once you have that and you're booking like 5 to 10 meetings, how many meetings are you averaging a week on your good weeks? 16. Perfect. So now you can book 5 to 15 meetings every week. You expect to close, how many closes are you getting a week on average?
It really depends. Like right now we slowed it down. So like three, 4.
Cool. Perfect.
Yeah, around that. Like
let's say you even close 1 deal a week, right? Which is pretty reasonable with like 10 calls, 10 to 15.
Very realistic.
Easy. Perfect. So now you have the right offer, you have the right acquisition channels, you have the right team to manage this acquisition. Now, the last thing that is left is fulfillment, right? You don't have to think about fulfillment. Eventually, if you want to build your own fulfillment like Ammar is doing, you can do it, right? But for now, every customer who joins, fulfillment will be taken care of by Ammar's operations, and we might also have other partners in case Ammar operation also goes through, like, can't handle as much anymore. Okay, but the good thing is, then if you do work with us and you work with Ammar, then you also get to see how their operations look like. So you don't actually need to. You have actually something that you can copy, right? A lot of people are like, oh, let me start this. Let me build it on my own. Cool, you can do it, but it's going to take you 3 months to actually build operations, to find hundreds of content creators on TikTok, to have the right qualification process, to know who to choose, to have the right brands to work with the right creators, right? All this stuff, people to actually manage these people, right? It's going to take you a lot of time. So instead, what we're offering to people is come in, sign up for the program, and let's take care of everything for you. Because what's really left for people to do? There's nothing. The offer is for you, is there for you. The acquisition is handled. The fulfillment is handled. This is actually insane.
It's a mad offer. Like, if I heard of this, if I watch this interview right now, I'd be like, yo, let me just sign up for this. It's free money. Like,
it's actually insane.
It's mad. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everyone.
Just one thing I wanted to add, like, again, like, we have weekly calls as well in the program. Like, I hold weekly calls. I answer questions, anything related to TikTok ads, selling TikTok ads. You can get the customers if you have questions. Because again, I've had a number of sales calls and I learned a lot. And I've also invested in, like, coaches and stuff. So you can ask all those questions. Again, we give you resources, like we give you case studies, we give you a deck to use, like the deck that's working for us. You can use our badge, a TikTok agency partnership badge. That's just powerful. Like, a lot of agencies don't have that. Mm-hmm. You can use a UGC template to flex on the client. Listen, this is exactly how we do the creatives. Our lucid chart, like everything. You get everything. Literally, you are part of this agency too. So it's madness. And again, like, we have a channel exactly to, like, answer all your questions, all that sort of stuff. Like,
everything they need, man. Yeah, it's exactly like, because my mindset with any offer that we launch is I want to take care of everything that any customer would ever need. Because we're not a course, so we don't cost $1,000, right? So there is definitely a cost investment for this. But what's the cost that you've paid us for the outcomes that you're seeing right now? It's close to nothing. It's very cheap, right? But yeah, like all these things, the sales assets, the right sales decks that he's using, the case studies, right? He has case studies with some of the biggest brands. You guys are gonna be able to leverage all these things, right? So yeah, this is insane. This is insane. I might have to just launch a TikTok agency just so that I can actually show these guys and girls how to actually do this. But thank you, Ammar. I know you're busy. I know you have a bunch of stuff to handle. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you for having jumped on this call with me and to be on this, to be working with our team and let us change the world. A lot of broke people out there.
Definitely. And again, like, guys, again, like, shameless plug, like, if you have questions related to this offer, you can either hit up, Serge on Facebook or anywhere, or you can message me on Twitter at the Biz Sultan. So at the Biz Sultan, that's my at, and just message me. Like, I get a lot of DMs on a daily basis asking about this offer. Like, hey, are you the guy Serge was talking about? Like, about the white label thing and these case studies and whatnot. So ask everything. And then, if you're interested in this, definitely book a call with the team.
Yeah. And, we'll leave a link, one single link below. If you guys are interested in just learning more about what we do, we can even jump on a 15-minute chat. We'll walk you through everything. If this is something that you like, or if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. But just to say this, like, great job, man. Like, great job on your accomplishment. Like, this is actually really good. And it's actually inspiring, right? Besides all this bullshit, this offer thing, like, actually, bro, like, you're actually killing it, right? So
appreciate that, bro.
Big up, like, great props on what you've been able to achieve. And I'm looking forward for more growth. And I'm not, 60K is good, but 600K a month is better, bro.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
There's no limits to this shit. But if we're gonna go big, like, let's actually go big. That's the only thing that we have. Because time, you know, it's like we can get rich in 10 years, or we can just retire by next year. I think next year is best, you know.
That's true. But before the world tends to
Exactly. Like we don't know. We
Yeah.
might go to war tomorrow. So like tomorrow, like every day, like let's get some customers. Let's help some people, right? But thank you guys for watching this video. There's a link below, book a call. Yeah, if you have any questions, yeah, just hit up Ammar if you have any specific questions, or just hit me up on Instagram, right? By the way, we have a giveaway. You could actually potentially win this solution for free if you just go on my Instagram. I have one last post. It ends on the 25th, I think next week, Friday. Giving away access to our program for free to one single person if you do comment on that post and just follow the steps that are there, right? But yeah, this was insane. Actually, like 0 to 60, bro. Like I didn't know. I thought you were gonna say like 0 to 50, but you're already 10K more. Like I'm like, what?
I need to be honest here. It's 59.6.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Have a beautiful day. Ammar, have an amazing day. Bye-bye.
That's what I mean, man.